Howdy folks, welcome back to Black Sheep Meadow. I'm Brent.
And I'm Amber.
And we got a good one for you today.
We have an all-in today.
Yep, we are going all in. So we've reached the beginning of March, Central Texas, and I think, we're pretty much, I feel like we're done with the cold weather.
I think the little bit of cold weather that we're going to have over the next month isn't going to be anything that's going to damage our plants.
Correct. So we're going to go all in, get all of our plants in. We've got a lot going on this week. We're not going to make it all happen today, so this is probably going to take course over a few videos. But we've got beans, squash, sunflowers, sugarcane, peas, corn, tomatoes, watermelons. There's a lot going in this week. So but I think today's video we're primarily going to focus on our corn. And if y'all remember from last year, the years past, we've had absolute hell trying to grow sweet corn here because the earworms come in and just wipe it out.
The pests really like the sweet corn, and we've struggled with that. And when we can get it to grow, it's amazing. Yeah,
and the corn that we've grown in the past is actually a bodacious RM sweet corn. And when it grows, man, it is, everybody talks about this is some really good sweet corn. They've never had anything that creamy, that sweet, that juicy. Just turns out really well. It's a very expensive seed. So when we've had the major crop failures out of it in the years past, it really hurt. So we're going to try something different this year. And I even mentioned that whenever we harvested last year, we are definitely doing something different.
We've got to figure out a way to be able to combat the pest without spraying 1,001 chemicals on it and not having to do it every single day, and really get a actual crop out of it. So we went to a little bit more affordable sweet corn.
Correct.
So we can test out some things to see if we can't figure a way around it.
And I was just fortunate enough to come across some GMO, which is a genetically modified organism, corn seed. And the corn seed that I come across is specifically a BT corn that the plant itself produces a protein that basically it allows the BT bacteria to be more abundant and more prosperous, I guess.
It's actually in the plant, so any of the worms that come through will eat it and be destroyed.
Correct.
So in our part of the world, we see this real prevalent with farmers that will have a full crop of GMO corn or specifically treated corn. Then at the end of the rows, there'll be a block of sweet corn. And they're doing that because the GMO corn is stopping the bugs. They're not attracted to it.
Correct.
So we're going to kind of take that and twist it.
Yeah, we're going to flip it. We're primarily trying to grow sweet corn, and then we are going to use the GMO, the BT corn, to block around our sweet corn, and that's going to be our natural pesticide.
Hopefully. We're going to see how it works. But we're
say natural. GMO is not natural.
Not natural. But BT is natural.
We're not consuming the GMO corn. I know that's a huge topic. I really want to do a video on that here in the future, but unfortunately in today's time, GMO foods are just really hard to get away from. That being said, we're not going to eat them here on our homestead. We're going to save that for the wildlife or the livestock. Yeah,
and we're just basically making it as a shield. So we are going to, obviously we have more than enough here. We are going to put it next to a regular dent corn.
Correct. So I got two different cornfields. One is going to be primarily for our food consumption, and we're going to block around it with the GMO corn. And then I got another field that we're going to do a half natural. It's a Reed's dent corn, and then we're going to use half the BT GMO corn as well. And I want to see, that's going to be that's the real test, is I want to see, is it the GMO corn that much more productive than farming corn in just a natural organic way like we've done in the past. I feel like we've had very successful yields out of our corn in the past. Obviously every year changes.
Specifically the dent corn. We've had really good luck with the dent corn.
Yeah, not the sweet corn.
Correct.
But every year's a little different. We got more wind, more rain, hotter and cooler temperatures, all that affects the yield. So
yes.
Let's go make it happen, right? Well, what else are you going to do today too?
So while we only have one planter, which is a walk behind planter. So we've gotten all the rows ready. We've got everything tilled and ready and hilled. So it's time to plant, but we only have one planter. So while he's focusing on planting the corn, I'm going to really focus on getting green beans going. So I have two different types of green beans going on the trellis that you guys followed along as we built last year, or expanded last year. And I'm going to primarily focus on that. And then if I still have some daylight hours before I got to start on dinner, I really want to get my sunflowers in the ground. I love having sunflowers near the garden. I like being able to cut them. I like being able to give them to people. My bees love them. And then after they're mature, the chickens really love them. So I think they're gorgeous. They add a little bit of color. They bring the pollinators in.
Not to mention, for the rest of this week, we have oscillating days of rain and no rain, which is going to be primo.
Perfect.
Everything in this part of the state of Texas is about to flourish with green. So
yes, it's that time of year where everything is just going to start popping. It's going to stop looking quite so dreary in wintertime. Everything's going to start looking very lush, green. The trees are popping, the grass is growing, the mowers are going.
Be a little more happy outside.
Yes.
Let's go make it happen. Alrighty, so we got 14 rows of corn planted back here behind us, 10 of which is our sweet corn that was going to be for our personal consumption, and then we have our BT corn, 2 rows on either side of that. I really hope this is going to work this year.
Me too, because I really enjoy having fresh sweet corn on the homestead, and the pests and bugs are just
problematic.
Very hard.
I would like to mention too, the 2 varieties of corn that we have almost a 40-day split in their maturity, so we really shouldn't have to worry about cross-pollination in between the 2.
We shouldn't.
I know some of y'all were probably thinking that from our little speech earlier, but
yeah. No, it shouldn't be a problem because of their dates to maturity, so we shouldn't have any overlap there.
And Amber got her sunflowers planted way far back there in the background.
Yep, got that done.
Got the garden beans on the trellis. We're still going to have some cucumbers, some squash, some peas on that. Our guard dog over here, Oakley, she did a excellent job at keeping the rabbits out of the yard and the garden this afternoon.
I think she's up to 3 this afternoon that she's chased off. But so far we've got tomatoes planted, we've got peppers planted. This coming week, we're going to have another 26 Roma tomato plants that we're going to do, and I'm probably going to do a video just on that, so if y'all want to see that, hang in there. So we already have some of those started.
Yep.
We already have pepper plants started. I have strawberries. Yep. I have spinach, lettuce, some bush beans that I did in the thing. We have carrots going, onion, garlic, potatoes.
There's a lot going on.
We've got a lot going on.
So in the meantime, folks, we're always going to influence y'all the best we can. You know, do something, you know, grow something for yourself, provide at least some of your own food. Get off the system, you know, become ungovernable. Don't let anybody tell you what you can and cannot do. In the meantime, we'll see y'all next week.
We'll see you next week.